Okay, hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is pretty much my first video regarding finance and stuff like that. I'm pretty much doing this as a New Year's resolution. I thought, I'm obsessed with finance, I'm obsessed with cryptocurrency, I'm obsessed with stock markets, so why not at least put out my opinion online? I see there's a lot of other YouTube channels regarding this kind of stuff, so, I thought, why not do it? So yeah, if you guys want to follow me, just hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, stuff like that. I'm planning on putting out videos every Sunday. It's pretty much going to be revolved around finance and technology. I'm a software developer. I'm going to be doing probably 50-50 videos regarding different kind of software and technology, and then 50% finance. So I'm hoping to have a good mix of things. But yeah, the reason why you guys click this video is because I believe Bitcoin is going to be a fantastic investment in 2020 and the years to come. This video is going to be about why I think that. So yeah, let's get started. Number one is the inflation rate. This one's a pretty known fact at this point. It's been revolving around the internet forever, so I know many of you know that the halvening is coming up in 2020, which will cut the inflation rate from 3.6% to 1.8%. And the reason why this is so important is because this is going to be the first time in Bitcoin's history that the inflation rate will be below gold and the dollar. And it's only going to increase decrease the inflation rate every 4 years. So this is the first time in history, though, that it will be lower than gold and the US dollar. That's pretty huge in my opinion. Number two is also pretty well known. It's that Bitcoin is one of the only cryptocurrencies that really is decentralized, because there's really no company that created Bitcoin. Like most other cryptocurrencies, we know who the creators are. They change the code around and stuff like that, and it's mostly centralized. Where Bitcoin, the code is pretty much set, and I think that creates a lot of value because people don't like a group of people in charge of the currency that can change things. For example, Ethereum. Ethereum's a great cryptocurrency, but it's different than Bitcoin in the fact that it has faces behind it, like Vitalik. And so Bitcoin is very special in the fact that it doesn't have a known creator. They pretty much created Bitcoin and then just left it there. So it's great. Number three is the brand name. So people totally underestimate the power of branding. When people think of cryptocurrency, almost everyone immediately thinks of Bitcoin. I mean, that puts a lot of power into Bitcoin. The fact that it is the name of cryptocurrency. Ethereum is pretty popular, like I said before, but it's nowhere near the popularity of Bitcoin. I think branding is extremely important for an asset. Number four is the storage of wealth. A lot of very wealthy people store their value in gold and precious metals. While precious metals are great at storing value, the problem is that they cost an extreme amount of money to store and protect. That can be a big problem. I mean, paying all this money to pay someone to hold precious metals in safes and things like that, that's a big cost. And Bitcoin doesn't have this. Sure, you might have to pay some money to store it safely, and really safely, to completely remove the chance of it being hacked. But the cost of that is significantly lower than the cost of protecting gold and other precious metals. That's one reason why a lot of the wealthy are putting their money into this asset, because it's just that much cheaper to store. Number five, this one I think is not talked about that much, and it's a huge reason why the price should go up. And that's that coins are being lost every year, every day. There's just so much incompetence revolved around crypto that people lose their coins pretty regularly. As of right now, I was shocked when I saw this stat because it's amazing. 20% of all the Bitcoin in the world has been lost. 20%. And that is around 3.6 million coins that are lost forever. They can never be recovered. They're gone. People don't realize this, that people are just dumb. Some people will lose their money and they'll lose their codes. It's pretty sad, but at the same time, this will help the price increase for people who know how to secure their crypto. Because as more coins are lost, that just means that there's less coins in circulation. And that will itself create a scarcity. Not only is the inflation rate decreasing, but on top of that, coins are being lost. So as time goes on, we might actually see a negative inflation rate. That meaning that there are less coins in circulation every year. Number 6 should be pretty obvious. It's just the internet. Compared to gold you can't spend on the internet. I mean, gold is something you can store, and usually it's a good store of value, but you can't really spend it. There's not really many places that will be like, okay, I'm going to take your gold for this item. So the fact that Bitcoin can be spent over the internet, and I know it's not very common for people to buy things in Bitcoin, but it's possible. And just the fact that it's possible puts it at an edge over gold. We know the future is going to be revolved around the internet. The internet's not going anywhere. Bitcoin has a huge step above gold because of this. I mean, this should be pretty obvious. And number 7 is kind of linked to the last one, and that's millennials. Millennials are really the first generation that grew up with the internet. We're going to continue the expansion of the internet. Regarding this, it will only increase the use of cryptocurrency. Millennials, we use the internet the most. We're the ones that create a lot of online applications. Study after study shows that millennials prefer cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, over gold and silver and other precious metals. So as millennials turn into the age group that has the most wealth, we will be spending this wealth on cryptocurrency, most likely over precious metals. Millennials are extremely interested in this asset class. We're the first ones. This is kind of like generations ago when people started buying gold. This is pretty much happening again, but in the internet phase. Number 8 is institutional investors. And I know this has been talked around the crypto community for a long time, are institutional investors. This has been said for years and years, and people are probably like, where are they? Why are they not here? Well, institutions take a long time. Big companies are very slow, and they're slowly getting into it. I mean, Fidelity is now getting into crypto. A lot of fund managers are considering putting even 1% into their portfolios involving Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So even just that 1% for these large companies, when they're putting their money into that, just 1% can drastically change the price of cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. Number 9 is sanctions, and this is pretty controversial, but a lot of countries are using cryptocurrency as a way to go around sanctions, mostly from the United States. Yeah, it's pretty controversial because I know a lot of people want to support the US economy, and this can somewhat undermine it, but at the same time, the US is so strong, I'm sure it won't affect us too much. But yeah, there's a lot of countries that are using this to get around it because Bitcoin has no laws. Like, you can use it. There's no one stopping you from doing it. So obviously, if countries can, they'll use cryptocurrency to get around sanctions, and they do. Number 10 is trust. And so this is really big for Bitcoin compared to other cryptocurrencies. And that's that Bitcoin has a history. It pretty much has an 11-year history at this point. Other cryptos don't have that. Bitcoin's history, I mean, it's the best performing asset class of the century so far. That's a huge deal. And after the 2017 bubble, as some people call it, a lot of people thought it was just going to disappear forever. And that's not the case. Bitcoin is being traded pretty much more than ever before. It's the most secure network. It's more secure than it's ever been. It's being used more than it's ever been, even more at the peak of 2017. And that is huge. That just shows that there's still so much interest in this space, and it's not going anywhere. And this is the first time that people really trust Bitcoin. The last time, it was more of a speculation, but I think going into this next bull run, there's going to be a lot It's going to be seen as a much more secure asset, less risky. I mean, it is the most secure. It's pretty much never been hacked. It's the fact that it's never been hacked in 11 years and it's worth $150 billion. I mean, that's insane. That just shows you the strength of the system. That's huge. But yeah, so I think that will pretty much do it for this video. If you guys aren't invested in cryptocurrency already, I have a link in the description for Coinbase. I know most of you probably have used Coinbase before, but if you haven't, there's a link down there, and if you click it and invest $100 into a cryptocurrency on their platform, you will get $10 in Bitcoin. But yeah, other than that, I'm thinking of making videos every Sunday. I will see you guys next week. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Peace.